Hello and welcome to episode 6, part 2 of the Leading in Love podcast, in which I will be, of course, once again joined by artist Loot Skies, and we will be focusing on the discussion of travel for spiritual growth. Enjoy.
I feel like everyone has such a different experience of Morocco when they go. Like, obviously, social media is like a big thing these days. Like, a lot of people like do content creation and stuff like that. So you also get like the people that, just do the aesthetic places or more, let's say like restaurants and stuff like that. I was just really immersed into like the nature and more local community. Are you like into content creation, or do you ever do that?
Do you know what? Not like, I know that in this day and age, right, it's like so important to, well, if you're trying to promote yourself, I guess, in a way, then content creation is important. For me personally, right, like, I'm not knocking people that do it, because I know that it's an interesting idea, right? You know, when something that you love becomes something that you make money of, it changes the energy of what you loved. Does that make sense?
Exactly. Yeah.
When you love doing something, but it actually pays the bills, the thing that you love doing. Then your whole energy towards that thing changes. Do you understand? So, for example, some people are traveling and like they're doing their vlogging, and they're like setting up the camera. As soon as they get to a place, they're already filming something. And it's like, rather than actually like take it in, let your spirit absorb the place. But you're already like filming. You're already trying to get content. For me, like, I'm not knocking people that do that. For me, it's not my style.
I hear you. That's why I actually got a podcast, because I was like, I had a YouTube before, and I was fed up of like I was fed up of being in public spaces, like talking to my camera. So I was like, I'd rather have a podcast, because then I can just go and enjoy. I do actually I do kind of combine travel for content creation. And
I mean, what a great job to have. I'm not knocking it. To be able to travel and just vlog, what an amazing thing.
I do combine content creation with my travel. So like, when I went to, where did I go recently? My mind's gone blank. Gosh.
You went somewhere recently?
Oh, I went to Bali. That's where I went. I went to Bali.
Banging,
I went to Bali at the beginning of this year, but I went like with the intention of like content creation.
Okay, nice.
But then I recorded my podcast like in nature, and then accidentally lost the whole podcast. There was one day that I did the Bali swing. There's this place called Bali swing. Like a swing, but it's a place for content creation. So they put you in a dress, then you go from one scene to the next scene to the next scene. It's intentionally, and I thought that was pretty cool. So you go on a swing, and then like you've got all like these like different like locations. So there's a swing, hot air balloon, different like spot, but it's purely
they film it for you.
Yeah, they take the pictures for you. It's purely for like, but they take it on your camera.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, so it's purely for just taking pictures. So I did that.
Sounds cool.
And I got some good content.
Cool. Bali's nice.
Yeah. Have you been?
Yeah, but I went when I was like 17.
Oh, really? How was it for you?
It was amazing. I mean, I went to Indonesia, so I would obviously Bali's Indonesia. But that was a long time ago, so I don't know what Bali's now a kind of spot that's like yoga and commercialized. When we went, it wasn't. Like one of my really close friends who's Indonesian, we went together with his family as well.
Oh, amazing.
So I traveled to Indonesia and to Malaysia and to Singapore.
And you were
well.
17.
I was
That's
17.
a cool experience.
Yeah, it was
for a
sick,
17-year-old.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite holidays.
Oh, really? Really? Why is that?
Because I was with my close friend.
Okay,
you know what I mean? We were like inseparable, and so we would just do our thing. We we had a lot of fun. We just had a lot of fun.
Yeah, especially at 17, that's an epic experience.
We had a lot of fun. I like adventurous holidays, and that was an adventurous holiday.
I love adventurous holidays. When you have holidays, but you don't leave the, what are they called? Those.
Yeah, like like when it's just like a hotel holiday.
Yeah.
Leave the resort.
Yeah, a resort. Thank you so much. That's the word that I've been looking for. So I went on that when I first. That's what I was trying to say. So the first time I went to the first time I went to Morocco, I stayed at a resort, and when I came back, I felt like a ton of bricks. Like, cause I just felt like I hardly moved. And when I was literally so
experience.
And I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, I can never do that again. Because literally,
I've never done it.
Just get up and then go to the pool.
Never done. Actually, I've maybe done it once in Turkey. Once. It was like a resort, but then we still went and did things. Yeah,
but I felt like I literally, by the time I come back, I was like, I've hardly moved my body. So you just getting up, you walk into to the restaurant where you eat the food, then you walk to the pool. So like I was literally, and I remember like, I was like, no, I really like
It's
adventurous
funny
holidays.
though, there's some people
Yeah.
that's all they want to do.
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
And I feel like, I don't know, some people, families will do it because it's easy, right? If you've got kids,
yeah,
and having kids is, it's like it can be
yeah,
stressful and challenging at times.
Yeah, I can
so
imagine.
sometimes you just want to go on holiday, not have to think about nothing, just let everything get done for you. And, like, you get the food there, you got the swimming pool.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So I get that. But if you're a solo traveler, you're traveling with friends.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I want to see more.
So I want to ask you a question, going back to content like social media.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that's affected how we travel? Like social media, do you feel like it puts pressure on people or to project a certain image?
Yeah, I do. I think people. Social media is interesting because it's changed the narrative of people of like everyone's life, right? So, for example, my social media personally, most of the time, I'm trying to just if I'm on it, I'm really trying to promote my creative work, whether it's music, whether it's acting, whether it's, to me, even if it's like, I'm a qualified coach, personal trainer. Yeah. I've studied psychotherapy. Like, so like for me, it encapsulates everything. Like if I'm promoting like my training or even my movement, like for me, that's like my creative outlet. Yeah. So I will show I rather than it being like, oh, he's showing off, it's like, oh no, I'm inspiring.
Yeah, I love that.
Because I'm inspired by people. When I see someone,
love that,
when I see someone, I don't know, doing a Muay Thai fight, or someone like doing a muscle up or lifting a heavy weight or doing yoga, like I'm inspired by that because for me, I look at that and it's excellence. I'm seeing human excellence, and I take my hat off to those people. Yeah. And I try and do the same when I can. But I think it's interesting because with social media, it's changed how normal people are. Like now everyone feels like oh, like even your grandma's good, like, oh, I gotta get some content. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I remember when my mum first got on Instagram, I was like, Mum, this is the beginning of the end. Do you get me? So like, yeah, I think it's a weird one. Like social media is a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Like it is. Like it can be used for good. And I think you just have to be, as long as you're not controlled by it, and you have the capacity to know when to like just shut it off. But I think it's funny. Yeah, I just find social media funny. I find the whole thing funny. I find it funny even when people are like, okay, I'm shutting off now for 2 weeks. I'm like, all right, why did you have to tell us?
Yeah, I don't make announcements. I will just be like, I'm not posting, but I don't really announce it, and I don't say I don't know, because I don't know. I feel like I lack that. Feel like self-importance.
100%.
Does anybody really care?
No one cares. Like, why are you telling us you're shutting down for 2 weeks? I'm not knocking it, but I find it funny.
Interesting. My mum went to Santorini. She was like doing all the she was doing all of like the content created in Santorini. Yeah. That's the first. I feel like that's the first holiday, because usually goes to Nigeria, but Nigeria can be like a job like in itself to go there. Yeah. So that's the first like just literally leisure holiday that she's had where she wasn't like running around. So that's sweet. Yeah. I feel like
so your mum is on but she does her own little kind of interactive.
No, she did it, but I feel like it's nice to inspire like even your parents to like, see like a different way of life. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So like I kind of thought that was really sweet. Like, sorry, excuse me. I found it really sweet that my mum was just going on holiday just to go on holiday. Yeah. And I love that she'd been inspired by maybe seeing me and learning how I like to relax and just enjoy life. I love that for her. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, I feel like we've covered that area now. So I'm going to go on to the
juicy. Get to the juicy stuff.
Next segment. I feel like I'm going to add something towards the end.
Yeah, do your thing.
Something, man. Do your thing. Okay, let me have a look. Okay, cool. So the next segment is like traveling for growth versus leisure, but I feel like it's quite similar to the first one. But we're going to go there anyway. Because that first one was like for work. But now this is like more for growth. So I'm going to probably insert the questions like I wanted to ask you into this one. Sweet. So we'll start on like the topic of so yeah, do you know what, I'm just gonna throw this one out. I want to ask you, have you ever been on any medicine kind of like holidays? Am I saying it right?
Well,
Have you ever
be more
specific?
Be more specific.
Have you ever like done I've been on holiday and experienced plant medicine?
Yeah.
Yes, because I would say that's related like to travel for like spiritual growth and So could you tell me some of the experience that you've had?
Yeah. Okay. So in 2014, I went to South America. I went to Brazil, and I stayed in the Amazon.
You like it way ahead of your time, Luke. like you're doing things like 10 years ago. Like people are doing it now, but you're funny. Like, I did that 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's funny. So 2014, I went to the Amazon and I stayed with it. It's like, when I say it, it feels like I almost don't believe it because I'm like, it sounds like a story, but it's not. Yeah. So I went and stayed with a tribe in the Amazon for a month. Yeah. So
this was like 10 years ago now. That's incredible.
2014. So
wow, Luke, you're ahead of your time.
Yeah. And that was my first experience with plant medicine. In fact, my first experience with plant medicine was in the UK. I did it first in London. Yeah. With an indigenous shaman from Brazil.
Oh, okay, so he came over to London.
Yeah. Who's now like people in that community like know him. He's very like he's like famous now.
Oh wow.
But back then it was like not.
Wow,
not like
he was
that.
just starting up.
Yeah. So basically, I went and stayed with his tribe. They're called the Honey Quinn or Kashinawa. Yeah. And they are in a area called Acre. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's like the nearest town is called Tarawaka, right? And when you tell Brazilians about Tarawaka, they're like, oh, dude, I've never heard of it, right?
Really?
Because it's like so remote.
Okay.
It's like deep in the Amazon, and it's like more bordering Peru. So it's like, it's not anywhere close to like Rio or, it's not close to anything. Like to get to their village was a long thing. Like we went from like, we're talking plane coach.
Wow.
A long coach journey, like really, stopping off in places to get there along the way, and then a boat down the river, like to get to the, to get to the actual village. Yeah. And like it was, it was I'm not gonna say it wasn't a life-changing experience. It was. I mean, prior to going there, experiencing plant medicine in the UK was a life-changing experience. Okay,
so you experienced it in the UK.
Yeah.
How was it in the UK? So where were you?
Funny. Yeah, it's a really good question because I think people romanticize about things like that. Yeah. And they think, oh, well, you got to do it in the Amazon. Yeah. And I'm like, no, you don't have to do it in the Amazon because
you don't.
Like,
no,
not necessarily because like, energy's energy, right? It's like and frequency. I mean, of course, it's different doing it in the Amazon. Of course.
Was it very different?
Yeah, of course it's different. But I think what I would say is the first time I did it, because it was so,
because it was the first time.
The first time.
Yeah.
So maybe it's because of that.
Yeah.
Right? The first time I did it was like,
had quite a strong effect.
Yeah, massive, very strong effect. Do you know what I mean?
And maybe not so strong the second time.
No, the second time was strong as well. I did it twice in the UK, and then I did it, and then afterwards, so the first time I did it was in the UK. The second time I did it was UK, and then I did it in Brazil, and every time, I guess. I want to be really mindful about this conversation as well, about this subject matter.
Thank you.
Because I want to be like respectful, and I don't want to promote it, and I also don't want to and I also don't want to do the opposite. I don't want to not promote it either, because I think it's so important to realize if you haven't done plant medicine before, it's very important for the audience to know that this is very subjective, based on where you're at in your in terms of your mental health, in terms of your constitution, your spirit, where you're at spiritually, like where you're at, like are you ready to I believe that we're only shown what we're ready to see.
Okay,
that's what I believe in general in life. Right? We're only going to be shown what we're ready to experience. If our souls are not ready to experience that, then maybe we're not going to experience maybe what someone else's experiences. But then equally, it may not work like that. It may not be it may be that you are shown something that you weren't ready to see. And that could cause, that could cause problems, or it can cause massive, beautiful transformations. So and I've heard everything and in between. So that's why I think it's irresponsible for me to be like, everybody should go do that. Right? but did it affect my life positively? Yeah, massively it did.
Yeah.
Did I have like some really challenging experiences? Really uncomfortable, terrifying experiences?
Really?
Yeah, I
in
did.
the Amazon?
Yeah. In
both.
The second time I did it in London, and also experiences in Amazon that were like. But then you get to the, like, for me, terrifying is a strong word. I think like you just start to realize like there's more to this experience that we call life.
Yeah, definitely.
And once you turn that on, for me personally, once that switch is turned on, it can never be turned off.
Yeah.
And like, that sounds like morbid. It's not. It's like, that's the beauty of it. But that is also the challenge of it as well.
Yeah.
Because when you come back to everyday life, right?
Yeah.
9 to 5, we'll go to work, come home, or whatever you do for a living, or you're in the matrix, as they want, as people call it. Then, you know, people that with those conversations that are quite taboo, right? Like generally, what most people speak about, their job, or like their partner, or their kids, or do you know what I mean, or maybe their holiday, right? So the spiritual conversations are not, they're not like the norm. They're becoming more, though. I feel like there's been a shift of consciousness in the world.
Yeah.
So people are way more open to conversations that involve spirituality, or just like otherworldly things, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, once that switch is turned on, then your consciousness has changed, right? Your ability to receive more, it's more expansive, right? Your awareness is more expansive, right? So, you know, like, for example, I saw something recently actually about a lady was talking about this you know, this 5 senses, right? And then people talk about the 6th sense, right? Maybe being able to see something that's not in this realm or something like that, right? But she was saying, so I don't want, this is coming from this doctor that I saw on a podcast. She was saying that we have like something like 33 senses or something crazy like that, right?
Yeah.
So there's so much more that goes on that is beyond our comprehension. Not just outside of ourselves, but even within us, right? Even like feelings and sensations that are happening all of the time.
Yeah.
But we're so locked into like what we have to do, and like, especially living in London, right? The pressure of like, oh, we're also like, I've got to do this, got to make it, that we're not paying attention to maybe what's going on in our bodies, right?
Yeah.
That's why, for me, like, as someone who's a coach, I'm a personal training coach as well, a qualified coach, that is not separate from all the other stuff that I do. It's one and the same. It's connected to my music. It's connected to my travel. Because for me, there's a symbiosis that between the mind and the body, which basically means there's a connection between mind and body. Right? They're not separate. So it's so important for me to be in my body, to feel my body, to move my body in different ways, and especially, you know, I've gone through like a lot of physical challenges in my life. I got hit by a truck when I was 13 years old. Wow. I almost lost my life. I was in hospital for 3 months. I had to learn to walk again.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like that's where I've got all my scars and stuff like that, right? So for me, it's so important to be in my body, to feel my body. Yeah, and
especially
and to go back to the plant medicine. That was another way of me getting in tune with my physical body, my etheric body, my spiritual body, my mind, my soul, you know, and realizing that they all work together. And if one thing is out of whack, then it can affect the organism.
Okay.
Like, look at the organism when we come to ourselves. As the organism is all of that. It's our body. It's our mind.
Yeah.
It's our spirituality. It's our soul. If you believe in that.
Yeah,
I do.
definitely.
And then obviously when you have those experiences, then it changes, because then it's no longer a belief. It's like experiential.
Yeah.
And then people, you know, I remember when I first told my sister about it, and she was a bit more skeptical, and she was like, "Oh, don't you think you're just hallucinating?" I was like,
What is this? What is this?
About the plant medicine.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, "No, I don't think you are. Actually,
definitely not.
I don't think you are. Like, you're actually seeing something that is sometimes feels more realer than this." Reality.
I've had some.
And then you and me have had these conversations.
I've had some really
Well, you told me that story a few years ago. Yeah,
I was like going through like that's probably why I've shied away from.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
you're already
because I've experienced things without.
Yeah, exactly.
In my sober mind.
So have I. Especially post that, you know, like I'm way more sensitive now.
Yeah.
To things like that. So
yeah.
And even prior, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's why it scares me, because I feel like I've literally had or invited. I think it was just because if your mind is open to it. You know, I remember when it started. It started when I just started asking questions.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, I was like, I literally went on this mad journey, and I feel like I'm constantly like going in and out of it now. Like it's constant. So people talk about spiritual awakenings, but I just literally feel like it's constant. Like it's like such a constant thing for me.
You know what you just said? Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah.
When people say spiritual awakening,
I think
it's important to note that they keep happening throughout your life. Exactly. It's not just like you have one awakening and you're like, I'm sold, I'm ready, I'm good to go, let's go. Like spiritual awakenings, there's mini awakenings always happening. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, then we level up, then we level up. And that's why you're not the person that you were a week ago or a year ago. Like you are changing and evolving.
Like sometimes I do intentionally like go for things that I feel like this is gonna help me with I went to Bali on a retreat with the intention of like nervous system. My nervous system was all over the place. So I went to this nervous system reset or something retreat. And I'm aware now, like it didn't, obviously I wasn't expecting expecting magic, but I was like, just wanted a better understanding of my nervous system and how to regulate it. It's like still like ongoing. It's still ongoing. It did help me a lot. But it's not like you do one experience. Like it's like you have to put the work in yourself.
100%. There's no quick fix. And
they can give you some guidance.
It's a tool. It's a window.
Yeah.
And that's the same with doing plant medicine in South America and other plant medicines that I've done, because I've done quite a few. And now I'm kind of like, that chapter's kind of closed, I think, in my life now. But like they're just tools, they're just windows. Like there's no quick fix. Like there really isn't. You have to do the work. And I think that's the part that we don't want to talk that, especially especially when spirituality gets commercialized. It's like you just gotta manifest. You just gotta manifest.
Like this is gonna change your life.
And it's like true. Manifestation is real. Like you can manifest things. Like what is meant for us will come to us, and everything really comes from source, right? So it's like, and we have that gratitude towards source, right? Towards God, or whatever you want to call that divine essence, right? So what I was gonna say was in regards to the manifestation, that what people don't want to speak about, because it's not as exciting, is that the discomfort that you go through your growth. Like what's that saying? Growing pains.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
When kids are growing, they literally physically have growing pains.
Yeah.
Right? And it's the same as we get older. Okay, now we're no longer physically growing, maybe, but maybe we've got to our full potential in our physical bodies, maybe not our muscles, but like our joints are gonna stay the same or whatever, but we still have growing pains in our soul evolution. It's not just like, we manifest and it's all amazing. Of course there's beauty and amazing things that happen to us in this life. But if we didn't have the challenges, what would be the point of life? If we were born perfect, none of us were all born imperfect, and it's like for us to work through our challenges, and through that there's difficulty. It's
interesting because like you were talking earlier about the physical and the spiritual and how it's all connected. That's why I also decided to go on the mountain climb, because I felt like I needed to I feel like now physically challenging myself, like doing something in the physical realm is also growth, like being creative, like climbing mountains.
100%.
So
it doesn't have to be I meditate in a cave, like all of those things are beautiful. Like you're right, but it can just be like the actual physical activity. That's just as much spiritual as your prayer, or it is a form of prayer, or your meditation.
And that's a wrap for episode 6, part 2 of this Leading in Love podcast, on the topic of mindful travel for inner growth. Please be sure to tune in on Sunday, the 11th of January 2026 for the final part in this episode. Until next time.